SLOAN lied about alleged allegations against Nick Carter and his wife. Caterverse update. So,
hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your donation. And there's a lot of
SLOAN lied.
Have you guys ever heard of anyone having to go through a third party to receive their own police report?
First of all,
because it's the juice. Just remember,
you a good girl and that's what makes me trust you.
Late at
night I talk to you. I just got done filming. Actually, I lied. I just got done editing the Nick Carter video. And it dawned on me when reading articles that I came across Nick Carter's solo attempt. And that man, Justin, man.
Every track clips in J Timberlake. Now how heavy is that? Baby.
Justin really did what Nick was trying to do, which I think Nick was trying to do without knowing how to do it, which was incorporate that white boy with like a little bit of that black R&B rapness, but not too much. We don't want to freak people out. Justin Timberlake did that. And it dawned on me, like, for real, just dun, 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 dun. That entire song, fire, 10 out of 10. You really can't tell me anything different. But Nick Carter, you know, listening to the older, like the song I put in the beginning of the last video I did, that was hitting too. I was like, oh my God, like, right in the childhood. Speaking of things being right in the childhood, I just got back from the liquor store. Why did I go to the liquor store? I realized that tomorrow was Christmas Eve, and then I realized the next day was Christmas, and then I realized, oh yeah, we'll drink and do stuff. I haven't had a drink in about 2 weeks, so I'm gonna pour a little baby shot, like literally like a very small baby shot. Like, I think I can only handle that much because I have to edit after this. If I want to edit and complete that edit and do it well, I definitely cannot be drunk. So let's to life, because wow, life has been interesting lately. Speaking of things that have been very interesting, SLOAN lied. SLOAN lied. Okay, first of all, like I said in the last video, have nothing against SLOAN. So if this is gonna be the beginning of me going down a SLOAN is sketch and not truthful rabbit hole, I need you to stop right now. Comment down below and stop me from going down that rabbit hole, because I really don't want to. I really don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but we must see this video. I'm very, very curious, because like I said in the comment section with somebody when we were talking about SLOAN, is tell me what it is that you guys are so you know, gung-ho about SLOAN being sketchy, being a clout chaser, lying, because I haven't seen personally, and this is just personally, right? I haven't been in this corner of YouTube. I don't even know what SLOAN was doing before he blew up. I know nothing about this person. So I'm curious to know where exactly that energy is coming from, because obviously it'd be harder for me to see that. I've done reactions and commentary on Rich Lux. I think Rich Lux is about to hit 500,000 subscribers, I believe. But when I was talking about him, I don't believe he was at that pinnacle, but besides the point. So SLOAN lied about alleged, well, let me not say alleged, allegations, right? Lied about allegations against Nick Carter and his wife. Caterverse update. So let's hop in here, see what's going on. Like I said, I have not had a drink in like 2 weeks, so if this starts hitting me pretty quickly, I apologize in advance. Alrighty, okay. Because you really never know over here. But it doesn't matter anyway, because we're here tonight. Yo, Justin did that. If you smile in that good settle tone. I'm about to listen to that after this. I am about to listen to that entire song, because wow, the way it's just in my head, like, you better stop playing. Ooh, anyways, what's going on?
If I'm not here tomorrow and my family is harmed in any way, I want you guys to know that it was Nick Carter and his wife.
Alright guys, so I got one of my old videos. This is a very rushed video right off the bat by saying that this video is going to be a little more direct, because maybe in the past I've been being too nice and too professional, and my point gets lost. So some things need to be said so everyone can just move on. Oh yeah, and in the words of Emily D. Baker, don't forget to do the YouTube things for me, alright?
Right.
After my last video, the girls and guys around Aaron Carter started fighting and showing their true color.
Okay.
From clout chasing Check, making a promo video at his makeshift visual for Aaron Carter at the Lancaster House.
That was crazy. I still can't believe this. I didn't really talk about it, But this right here, oh, it had me so shook. I was like, wow, the disrespect. I just can't even believe somebody could be that disrespectful. That's just crazy. And then, I don't know if y'all see the ghost or the orb or the spirit or the energy, but if you don't see it, go to my TikTok, you'll be able to see it. And there are people that talk about it in the comments. So, I definitely noticed it. I was like, oh. And then the second check started walking away. I was like, oh. He felt that, but internally. Because I don't think he'd be able to see it because it was like next to him kind of thing. But then there was also a girl that said...
To Melanie doing interviews attempting to force any type of emotion because her face injections and Botox allow for many.
There was a woman that said that she was in Aaron's live and he was talking about how I think Sony was coming for him or something like that, and she saw like an image, like a demon type of thing behind him, and then 3 days later he died. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. I was like, whoa, what the heck? Melanie tried it though.
I was trying to move us to a different area. It felt like that area was like, had bad.
And can we just all talk about it real quick? Just really, really quickly. If it was you, okay, and let's say you were with, I'll name a few, Aaron Carter, Nick Carter, hell, Steve Harvey. I don't care who it is. Just say you're with someone famous, right? Just say you're with someone famous. People know who they are, whatever. And then they die and you guys are in a relationship or had some kind of turmoil, whatever. Like, let's just say it wasn't that great, but you know, y'all were still together. Would you, in your right mind, actually, let me reframe that. Would you go on a TV show or any sort of interview? Would you do that? Because I personally, again, I don't care who it is. It could have been Obama. I don't care. I would, nothing in my soul would be able to do that. I think it would take me, if not 3 months at the lowest, 6 months at the highest, to publicly talk about somebody I was literally slobbling and dobbling, dip-dobbling and ding-dongling. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dongling going on.
Bad energy, bad people that were not in Aaron's best interest. They didn't care about his well-being. They didn't care about his happiness.
We had Aaron's longtime friend and recent manager, Taylor Helgeson, who, by the way, I actually interviewed some years ago. Go check that out on the channel. Completely act out of character and expose the real reason he came back around and the truth about Aaron's new makeshift internet friend.
You go back and you say 8 years of pictures of me and Aaron with a healthy face, no fucking face tattoos, looking like a fucking island boy.
So I heard that Nick doesn't like this guy. Is that true? Like I said, I've heard. You tell me.
Like check the oil, check the Chex Mix, check tank,
check the
whoever
oil.
The fuck that is, looking like him. When did that happen? When did that happen? When who came around? When did that happen? It's common sense. It's common fucking sense.
And of course, it's not a celebrity death if everyone around the deceased person isn't blaming each other for the death. The only people acting right, sadly, are his immediate family. The only real drama was between the immediate family and Melanie. Mm-hmm. It was like an alleged battle for Aaron's assets because he didn't have a will. But that was quickly settled when the family released a statement saying there was no battle. They wanted Prince to get everything. That's how Aaron would have wanted it. Which I'm assuming Melanie was trying to get everything, you know, for Prince, quote, quote. But then we had Jane go on Facebook and rant about how Melanie was the problem and Melanie was the cause for his death. Okay. But we all know Aaron and Jane are very similar. So, But then there was a resurgence of exposing Nick Carter videos, and reports started popping up oddly like right after the passing of Aaron. Now we know we had the conspiracy theorists that are, you know, trying to hang on to Aaron, saying that it was Sony and it was Nick and everybody, but people completely unaware of Aaron for the final 5 years of his life are now going back and attempting to use old lives that Aaron himself has said in multiple interviews he was just saying because he was hurt. And these people are only doing it to paint a narrative surrounding his death. The main reporter on this, the YouTuber SLOAN LIED. Now, disclaimer, guys.
I'm screaming. Okay, so she definitely is not lying there, but I think for me, it's more so perspective. I think she's right about narratives for sure, but I'm pretty clear about the narrative that I'm trying to, you know what I mean, state normally, at least, you know, when I'm creating my compilations. It's obviously not for everybody to get, right, at the get-go, but She's definitely right about that. Writing the narrative has definitely been something that I have seen, which is why I said it makes no sense for anybody to be on anyone's side. You know, like that's why I had to tell so many people that were subscribing and commenting, like, this is not a Team Aaron Carter channel, right? So please feel free to unsubscribe if that's what you thought this was, because that's not necessarily what I'm gonna deliver to you. You know what I mean? It's just not something that makes sense with, like she said, the past 5-10 years. I just haven't been in his realm, right? I kind of fell in this rabbit hole. So, and that's why I wanted to make that video of Nick Carter, because it's like, guys, we are completely ignoring so many other factors that obviously Nick doesn't want to talk about, and that's absolutely fine. I mean, we get that. Aaron's already stated that you're a very silent person. Cool, do you? But the information's out there. The allegations are out there, and then of course what Jane is saying is out there, and what Jane said doesn't even make her look good in any way whatsoever. I think at the time it was just, oh, I know tea about Nick Carter and I'm talking to Aaron Carter, so let me go ahead and say this on this live kind of energy. You know what I mean? Because the thing is anything of that magnitude is not something that you would say on live, let alone in public, and you really would not think that somebody was lying about that, especially somebody who was your son. But you would think that somebody's lying about that if there was money and your ego and other things attached to it. You know what I'm saying? So then when that comes into play, I'm like, oh, okay. So if Aaron's saying that Nick is this serial, then obviously there must have been some cycle of abuse that started before that even came, which could have easily been, oh yeah, my mother didn't believe me about this, that, and the third, and yeah, now I'm internally angry about it and I'm gonna take it out on every sexual encounter that I have. Not saying that that's what's happening, but you know, it's a perspective that's there, unfortunately.
I used to genuinely like his videos, and I still do, for the most part. It became obvious at a certain time his research was very minimal and most of his information came from other videos. But honestly, he had a good delivery, and it was, you know, it was still...
Okay, I will agree. I will agree. Because there was a time where I just stopped watching because it wasn't like, oh my God, this person's giving me tea. It was like, oh, okay, you're reporting on like things that you've obviously found. And that's fine. Like, that's cool. For example, there's times where I like watching the news and keeping up with like what's going on and like facts and da-da-da-da. But there are other times where it's like, I just want to hear a perspective, or I just want to hear a theory, or I just want to hear an opinion, or, you know, I just want to hear someone like talk. Right? Like things like that. Sometimes I'd rather have or be a part or subscribe to a channel that has more different variety of that than a central focus. But I understand that the channels that do have that central focus are the channels that grow. Right? So if I did a channel that was just solely reactions, I'm sure I would grow more if I didn't do like a random blog here and there, or like, you know, randomly talking about something that doesn't matter, that has nothing to do with what everybody else is like wanting to talk about, you know, that they're subscribed to talk about, whatever you want to call it, right? So I did notice that. I just didn't think of it as a bad thing. I just saw it like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing, like in the eyes of a YouTuber. But in the eyes of a viewer, I was just like, okay, I'll go watch other things, or I'll watch his stuff when I like what is being talked about or something. You know what I mean? I just wasn't keeping up the way others were, or at least the way I used to.
Still good stuff to watch. Well, after Aaron Carter died, he jumped at the opportunity to make a video after about a year or two of people begging him and telling him to make videos on Aaron. And if you guys watch SLOAN, you know at the end of every video, he says, email me.
He sure does.
Tell me what you want to see next. His exact words about Aaron when asked, talking about Aaron is too intimidating. There's so much out there. Now, I don't know what changed to make him feel like the Carters were less intimidating to talk about.
Yikes. Dang, SLOAN. Dang. What do I want to say about this right now? Yikes. I get it. I get both points. Yeah, I get both points. SLOAN basically most likely didn't want to do that back then because nothing was verified. There's no outlets talking about him. It wasn't something people cared about, I guess, in that aspect, meaning like mainstream, right? And then if he did do that, then he would be putting all of that traffic and attention into that when no one was talking about it, or when no one was really, you know, keeping up with it. Now, would it have been amazing to do ahead of time, especially with the receipts and having that platform, absolutely. But I'm sure he probably was like, dude, I don't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole because I don't even know what's going on over there. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's not. I don't know what's a mental illness, what's not a mental illness. And then on top of that, with this situation, with the Carters in general, there are parts of every person's story. And I think it's easier for SLOAN to focus on one or two people, like he does with, what did he do, the video with Paula Abdul and the stalker, keeping it like concise and organized, where if he did an Aaron Carter video, he could go into doing an Aaron Carter video, a BJ video, a Leslie video, a Nick Carter video. I mean, he could go into so many different, or you know what, he's doing like a Carter series, right? And he probably didn't want to get like trapped in doing that. But very good point. I didn't know that. Did not know that.
About my guess is
Yikes.
after the views on that video, he knew he could
Yikes.
get a few videos out of the family, which is somewhat his trend. He doubled back and hopped on the recent exposing Nick Carter train with a new video and a now deleted TikTok and tweet accusing Nick and his wife of threatening his life. Now, I can assume for a couple of reasons why he made these videos, but I will say it kind of follows his underlining brand of I'm for justice and the victims and constantly getting intimidated because of that.
Mainstream.
Which I'll get into a little more later. Just follow me here, guys. The issue is that if SLOAN wasn't so intimidated in the first place, he would have known Aaron was talking about these allegations since 2007. Those were literally the reasons for Aaron and Nick's most recent split and the restraining order. If SLOAN did any research, he would have seen interviews more recently of Aaron apologizing for butting into his brother's situations and trying to play God by airing out his brother's dirty laundry just because his own dirty laundry was out. Before you call me names in the comments, guys, okay? Because I know it's coming. I'm prepared. I'm not defending and I'm not saying that Nick Carter is completely innocent. If I'm being 100% honest with what I know about the industry, I don't think any of these people are 100% innocent.
Okay.
I think especially in the 90s, we've learned that the world was a different place. And celebrities had a lot more power than they ever should have. In the 90s, consent wasn't enforced, and women didn't really have a voice.
Okay.
Bill, I want you to meet my Kelly. Bill's the president of Kraus Chemical. Congratulations, little lady. Looking forward to getting out into the real world. Find yourself a rich husband, huh?
Jay was my final.
Kelly, hey, listen. I've got a nephew I want you to meet. An investment banker.
I do my own investing, but thanks.
Call him. He's loaded.
So I bought 350 shares.
Uh-oh. Stock market can get awfully tricky, sweetheart.
Well, I have an Ameritrade account. They have lots of research so I can make decisions myself. And it's only $8 a trade.
Call my nephew. He's a looker. Hey, Kelly! Calling him already, huh?
No, just dumping a stock. Didn't like the management.
But specifically for Nick Carter, as far as the allegations go, they never went anywhere. Even with Melissa Schumann coming forward again and coming forward with the help of Aaron after the height of the Me Too movement, the allegations went nowhere, which SLOAN failed to mention.
This picture right here is what I think put the nail right in the coffin for Nick. Because Nick already stated, Aaron, why were you taking pictures with Paris Hilton? And I was already done with her.
The Paris situation.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. We're gonna get this open right now. Everybody wants to know the truth. You wanna know why I don't trust my brother? Why he doesn't respect me? I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I broke up with Paris, this guy takes her out, gets and tried. The next day I find phone in the car. And who is it? It's his phone taking a picture of her smiling like this in my Cadillac.
But I never did anything with her. I never touched her.
When I told him I'm over and he goes out with her on a date.
Just so you know.
So thank the Lord that I am not like you.
That already was dead, forgiven, done. Then you get with Melissa, and I'm not saying he got with Melissa, you know what I'm saying, but again, picture publicly, he's talking with her. I doubt he bought roses for her like he did Paris Hilton, but you know, whatever. And I bet Nick saw this and was absolutely furious, if not still furious, to be completely honest with you, because it's telling. It's extremely telling. And that's probably why Aaron apologized. I don't see why Aaron wouldn't apologize, especially if he wanted to come back to terms with being like a real father, not being a drug addict and all of that good stuff, right? But I think people are I think people are overestimating that apology, in my opinion, because yes, that apology is That's great. Like, we love that he did that. But that doesn't undo the years and years of allegations and talking out about Nick that Nick had to endure without saying anything. You know what I mean? And again, not to say Nick's innocent here, because trust me, he's not. But I think that is also another tier within their relationship. Absolutely. And I think it would have been hard to mend that even if he was still here and they did sit down and try to mend whatever have you. Guaranteed this would be something that would be discussed. Most likely privately.
No, I'm definitely not going to be the person to say just because he didn't go to jail or just because he wasn't convicted, he didn't do it. We've seen plenty of people who were guilty as hell get off, and we've seen people who were innocent put away. Our justice system is fucked, I think we can all agree. But I will say, if we're just thinking logically for a second, like about the Backstreet Boys, yeah, they were big, and yeah, they're kind of big again, you know, because they're nostalgic, but today they're not big enough for Nick to just be getting away with it. Men way more powerful were taken down due to allegations. Hell, Justin Timberlake had to come out and apologize for his part in the
But it doesn't matter anyway.
public abuse that Janet Jackson and Britney Spears endured because of it. And now I could be wrong and showing my age maybe a little bit by saying this, but I've never been into boy bands. And later on, I did fall for the Jonas Brothers, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. In my opinion, Justin Timberlake is a bigger star than Nick Carter. Yeah, the Backstreet Boys are back on tour, and yeah, that's a lot of money for a lot of people. And yes, they are on some new commercial for like laundry detergent or something like that, but he isn't like
Oh yeah, you're right about that.
It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them 3 times better than detergent alone.
I guess the odor went bye-bye.
Nope, that's not us.
As people keep insinuating. But leave it to SLOAN to take the saddest and the most known allegations to quote-unquote expose Nick, except he didn't expose anything.
Interesting that she says that he didn't expose anything in it. Because now when I go watch it, it's probably going to be very vanilla. Like, just from what I've seen. I'm sure I'm going to watch it and be like, this is vanilla. This is nothing. I don't know. We'll see, though. I need to watch it. Maybe we should do a reaction. I don't know. You guys let me know down below.
No, already said, like, literal headline. SLOAN didn't mention any of the outcomes of these allegations or care to mention any of the Aaron Carter allegations.
Oh,
because
really?
there are those as well. He didn't mention that both these men came from the same fucked up family and endured equally fucked up abuse being in the industry. So
Bingo.
SLOAN pulled out all the tiny violins for his Aaron video and made him sound so innocent, but didn't have or doesn't have the same compassion for Nick. Why? Now back to what I was saying earlier about SLOAN's brand. It's no secret that YouTubers get sued or get cease and desist letters or even copyright strikes for videos that celebrities or other YouTubers don't like about them. But with this recent claim, all of his previous situations and lawsuits with people not liking what he reports seem different to me now. SLOAN claims in a now deleted TikTok that Nick Carter and his wife Lauren Kitt Carter sent him threatening text message after his exposing it.
But I posted a video this morning about the Nick Carter accusations. And now his wife is threatening me and my family, and I'm making this video right now as proof that if something were to happen to my life or my family's life right now, this is who did it. Nick Carter and his wife, Kitt, are the people who have harmed me and harmed my family. So if I'm dead tomorrow, that's why.
Now that video is alarming, right? But then I remembered back to a similar situation he had with Drake Bell after doing multiple videos on him. And I started to wonder, like, how the hell are these people even getting his number?
Me. He wrote, "Hi, Michael. Drake Bell here. Let me know when you are free to check."
That is such a good question. I think I asked that. Oh my God, I cut it because the video was too long. Yeah, I remember now. I cut it out because I didn't think it was important. And I just assumed maybe he got doxxed and it was easy to get his phone number or something. But great point. A lot of these people do have his phone number. And what I was thinking, you guys, because again, I'm not on there. You know, I'm not like, I don't even know if SLOAN calls his subscribers things. I don't know. But I'm not on there to keep up. But I thought that he had a phone number that you guys could message him on, just like how he has that email. Like, I thought he had like a generated phone number that was like just for subscribers. Like, I know there's a lot of like bigger people that do that now. So that's what I was thinking, maybe. But that is such a good point. Because honestly, that's a flex. Like, that's a whole flex. Just hop up. Hi, da-da-da-da. This is Kardashian. This is Drake Bell. This is Lauren Kitt. Like, oh, snap. Like, Drake Bell's hitting you up like that. Oh, shit. Nick Carter's hitting you up like that. Oh, wait, hold up. Drake is holding you. Like, you know what I mean? It gives you credibility as a YouTuber. There will be new viewers that will come to the channel, see that, and be like, oh my gosh, wait, like, whoa. Because that happened to me when Jeff Wittick was on my channel. People were messaging me on Instagram. They're like, I saw Jeff Wittick was on your channel. Like, I just want to let you know I subbed. Like, da, da, da. And I was just like, oh, okay, like, thanks for letting me know. You know, but also credibility. Like, that's what that looked like to them.
Chat. He's busy going out and trying to figure out my name and my phone number so that he can go and text me.
Is that his name,
and
Michael?
Befriend me or shut me up.
I don't even know his
try
name.
to, I don't know, hurt me at this point.
But whatever, you know, I left it alone. If Salone said it happened to him, it happened to him. I didn't care enough to go into it. But then I came across a Rich Lux video, fake reporting on his dear friend Salone being in danger. And that's when I knew, okay, this shit is bullshit, and these YouTubers are just exaggerating and dragging this on for content, for clicks. If your friend's life was in danger, I mean, wouldn't your video reporting on an exclusive update about the situation maybe be a little more concerned?
Wait.
Hell, at least serious?
Pause, because I saw Rich post that. I didn't watch it because I thought it was him reporting on Salone, just like stating, you know, that he had a police report, like the email, like what we watched yesterday. Like, that's what I just thought it was, so I didn't watch it. But wait, because what she's saying is making it sound like Rich was sounding like, oh my God, my friend. You know what I mean? Which, are they friends? I didn't even know. Child, listen, I don't know much about YouTubers off of YouTube. I think the last time I was even in the circles of off of YouTube world was when Nick Snyder was on my channel, and I was talking to Nick Snyder on Instagram, and everyone was like, oh my God, Nick Snyder's on your channel? Like, that's how you know. That's how you know he's trying to get people to not talk about him, because why is he on your channel? I had like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. I was super small. So I don't know, but that wouldn't surprise me, because that's what happens in the small YouTuber corners, right? Like, where I see drama going on, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, I'm sure they all three are messaging each other like, okay, let's create something today and, you know, make this little big drama because we need money and we're not getting as many views as we should be, this Vlogmas or whatever, right? Like, I just feel like a lot of YouTubers would do that, just because I've seen a lot of people just create content just for money, honestly. And I have seen myself multiple times create content just to create content. And it's interesting because with those videos, people will be like, oh my God, how much money did you make on that? And I'm like, nothing. What are you talking about? Like, I've literally made like, I think $30 this entire December. Like, but I'm sure people are like, you know, oh my God, look at all the views she has. She's probably making so much money. $30, if not 38, 35, nothing, okay? So I can see why people would think that, especially when you're getting views on that level. Because, child, I can't even imagine.
Because I feel like we need to talk. So there I was shopping around, and Sloan done got into some more drama. He posted their police report. We have it exclusive. So let me show you before I go. I'll show you their police report, or I'll show you the receipts. You know, I got paid a light bill.
I'm surprised that Rich is wearing Fendi. Not to say we were boycotting all high fashion products, but after Balenciaga, I thought he would tone it down a little bit. Am I wrong? Y'all let me know. What is happening here? Oh, you just skipped it. That's how you know you don't care.
People said that he was lying, he was faking it for views and clicks, and they just said, you know, you have no proof that it was a Nick Carter family. Could have been a troll. You could have been getting trolled. And so that's what people were saying. And I've made 2 videos about it. Okay, this is the 3rd video because we have a police report, and it is like a crime or something, right? I think so, to falsify a police report. So I think that this has some validation. So this could, you know, shut down some of the haters saying that Sloan was lying in the house, being sneaky snake for views and clicks, whatever. Because I have the police report right here. We're going to read it to you together. So
he really cleared my confusion right up when he brought up the fact that a lot of people were pointing out that Those texts definitely could have been from someone completely unrelated to the Carters. Any ounce of research, Aaron Carter's internet antic, you'd see he blamed all bad comments and everything bad that went on in his life on BSB and Nick Carter fans. So wouldn't it make sense after a video about Nick's resurfaced allegations, maybe an upset fan of Nick's or Backstreet Boys would have sent them?
Aaron Carter versus Angel Conrad court transcripts. Talking about Angel, his twin. So sad.
Side note, but huge point. Nick just lost his little brother. No matter the turmoil in their relationship, Nick and Lauren have a lot more on their minds than a YouTuber saying regurgitated.
Nick, yes. Lauren, I don't think so. And I'm only saying that because Nick wouldn't know Lauren if it wasn't for Aaron. So I just feel like there's a sense of loyalty Lauren would have with Aaron that she don't have. And I don't know the details of what happened, and I don't care. But regardless, you know what I mean? Think about it. Think about it. Like, you finally meet your husband. You meet, like, the person that you're with, like, your entire life. Like, you're going to settle down and have kids with them. And you met them through one person. You're not going to forget that person. You're not going to forget how that happened. I don't know. But let me say this about Lauren and Nick. Because I was watching their marriage videos. I didn't put any wedding videos in the videos that I was editing. But I was watching them. And Nick and Lauren give me, like, dominant and submissive energy, meaning Lauren is the dom, Nick is the submissive one, and whatever dominantness that Nick is dying to get out, he doesn't have to get out with her because then she controls it.
But man, I just read the sexual resume on these boys, and it does make you stop and think. Yeah, I'm reading your sexual resume. You boys really have lived life. You know what? It's almost sad.
You know, I have to thank him for this
your brother
escapade of series
Don't
of
thank
sex.
me. Don't thank me.
It's weird. I mean, you know,
I had to be listening by the door when I was like 11, so
he
Well,
was
what's
actually.
the age gap
For
here?
I didn't used to not get it when I was in school, and
how old was he when he lost his virginity?
I think it was 16 with Debbie.
15. You want to bring that up?
Oh, I know who you mean.
Was it 15 with Debbie?
Is Debbie the girl who was a school teacher?
Yes.
All right, do you know this story?
I do not know
That was my first girlfriend.
The first girlfriend he ever had, he went to school
And he
with.
got
What's
water.
her
I am
name again?
drying up now.
Yeah, here's some water.
Got a bottle of
You got
water.
to hear this story.
Oh, me too.
This is making you nervous?
Debbie.
This is why I love Little
How do you
Brothers.
say her last name? Debbie
Her
Beasley.
original name was Beasley.
And what was her name when she got in the newspaper?
LaFave.
LaFave. Debbie LaFave
What?
was a teacher.
Yeah, I dated her for like a year and a half, 2 years.
And she was accused of having sex with one of her students.
Right.
And she was that really hot blonde.
Yeah.
And that was the girl you lost your virginity to?
Yes.
Get
You're
the fuck out of here.
kidding.
You are
Oh, God.
something else, man.
Whoa.
I know, I've had a rough life.
Oh, wow. That never came out.
Nah, no.
Now, am I right about that? No. Am I a doctor of sex psychology? No. I am literally just going with my gut and how they look together. And they give me that energy. BDSM, some rough energy in the bedroom. Again, I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Information that's been Rich Lux goes on to do the worst possible job he could, attempting to back Sloan's claims when he referenced a police record request email as some sort of proof. I don't know, that maybe Sloan was really threatened or that Sloan really filed a police report or something. I mean, at this moment, I'm basically as confused as Rich looked talking about this entire thing.
Screaming.
I did the most basic Google search, and it basically came up that the email Sloan received was from him requesting a police report to be released to him. Now, I've never heard of someone having to request and wait for a police report they filed.
And I did pause and read that, and I didn't say nothing. I remember I just went like this, and I was like... And I went back. But the reason I did that was because I couldn't see the link. Like, there was a link or something blue, and I was thinking, oh, if you click on that, maybe that's how you can actually see the police report. So I didn't want to, like, hound him and be like, oh, well, you didn't click on the link, so you gotta be lying. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, I don't really have any factual evidence other than just, like, a speculation, which is what she's doing right now. So, interesting.
Especially one that they just fired. The screenshot literally shows the email is from police record. You don't have to wait a week or two for a police report. And I could have sworn you got your police report at the time that, like, they write a report.
My thing about that is, where was that at? Like, did Rich get that information first before Like, did Stallone send that to Rich, or? Man, I don't care.
Report it. Or in this case, receive it.
Sorry, I
When
realized
I went to the website
very quickly.
associated with the email address in the screenshot, I learned that you can, for the first time, learned that you can make a police report online. So the email took me to a Virginia police department, which would make sense if the threats came from or happened in Virginia. But the only correlation to Virginia is in the messages Sloan received saying the person would visit Bristow, Virginia, where I'm assuming Sloan's family. The PWC website states to file an online report, it has to meet certain criteria, right? Like certain checkpoints. One being the crime has to be committed in that county, as well as have an unknown suspect. They even mentioned that they send you a copy of the temporary police report as soon as you file it. Sloan lives in California and the Carters live in Nevada. Sloan has already accused someone of sending the text, so it doesn't really look like he would qualify to even make a online report with it. The simple fact that it's a police record request and not a police report filed.
Oh, he
and the
posted
fact that
it. Okay.
in the screenshot, you could kind of see that they already had a message thread. So Sloan, obviously previously had contact with them.
When you think about it, though, it's enough. It's not enough if we're talking legalities, morality, real life. YouTuber, it's enough. Quick video, it's enough. Quick paycheck, yeah, it's enough. Let's be real. Unfortunately, there is no journalistic police officer in these YouTube streets. I think that's like one of the number one things that a lot of people have to realize when they're on YouTube is not every single person has a degree in journalism. Not every single person cares to even uphold their content to that degree. Man, I don't care.
Report it. Or in this case, receive.
Right? And honestly, that's why it even says in my about section, I think it says in my about section that I have a degree partially in journalism. I can't remember or not, but regardless, I didn't even want it to be in journalism. I wanted it to be in broadcasting, but then I found out that broadcasting is really just another of a media censure. So I was like, let's not do that. Let's do what I want to do, right? But also understanding what is needed to be known if you want to do that, right? So, yeah. Yeah, it's like the paper you write in school, right? And you gotta do it in AP or MLA or whatever. And maybe you didn't cite something, right? Oh snap, I didn't cite it. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose points, right? And the teacher tells you like, okay, this right here, like this wasn't cited. Like, where did you get this information? Like, where did this come from? I don't know what else to say about that. I don't know if there will ever be a day where YouTube is checking for that. I doubt it, honestly.
I really think the email is just of him requesting a copy of someone else's police report for like a video. We see that often. Naturally, Rich Lux wanted to add some flavor to the story.
Of course.
And he really thought that he did something showing that email when it really just sounded the whole time like he doesn't believe or know 95% of what he's saying. But I have a real question, guys. Have you guys ever heard of anyone having to go through a third party to receive their own police report? Because say I'm just crazy, right? Say
Is that what he said?
And for those of you that I'm sure will leave a comment calling me a crazy Aaron Carter bully, stan, or troll, or just someone hating on Sloan, the truth is Sloan has been called out multiple times for misinformation in videos, as well as playing both sides for views and his well-polished image, as well as pushing narratives and stories based off of things he read on Twitter with little to no fact. My personal bias aside, other people have made claims he falsely reported facts in like a video about the trial that terminated Britney Spears' conservatorship, as well as his video about Selena Gomez and her friend Francia, among other ones. Oh, he and Melissa Schumann also started following each other, so we should definitely expect him to be dropping a video about her or an interview with her, including some, screenshots of conversation or whatever. I also think that he'll be dropping another Aaron Carter or Nick Carter video. Of course, people are wondering about these claims and if he's okay and X, Y, and Z, so we'll be seeing those. But if you've made it this far without already leaving a comment, for the new people to the channel, I'm not like a YouTuber, okay? I'm a journalist and I work in music media. I stumbled on Aaron Carter's IG Lives a few years ago, and after feeling bad for a while, I did research like any good journalist does, and I did a lot of it. The feeling bad turned into feeling sad and slightly mad about some stuff that I was witnessing.
Okay.
And I noticed that there weren't many, if any, unbiased, non-online chat, people that were kind of level-headed.
Yeah.
So a lot of information online, aside from stuff just about the Carters, is really lost in the commotion of the real trolls and bullies that there are out there. The media part of me seen a way to practice my craft and get better at some of the stuff that I do want to get better at while reporting factual information on, current things or non-current things. Yes, I used to simply re-upload videos or interviews, but that's because I wanted the whole story to be told without my rewording or my bias. Some stuff I felt like was definitely better left said from the person's direct mouth. Then there are videos like this or my Adam Hicks video that, need narration or commentary or stories that I want to tell. But, at the end of the day, you may not agree with me, and that's okay. We're all entitled to our own opinion. And on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a comment if you agree or, if you don't. We could always have conversation. But as always, I'll talk to you guys in my next video.
Bye.
If I'm not here tomorrow and...
Bye, Sloan. Oh, wow. I'm really glad that she brought up how, she's a journalist. And what did I say before she even said that? I said, there are not people that are checking that. Like, I guess I should say for YouTubers, when you upload a video on YouTube, after it's uploaded, it says checking, and it's like checking for monetization, copywriting, restrictions, bad things, whatever, right? There's not anyone checking to make sure, like, is everything correct here? Like, is everything factual? Like, did they do the right research? You know what I mean? So yeah, very good point, it's something that I think a lot of people will realize as more time goes on, but as of right now, having a big YouTube channel is just something people look up to, regardless if it's right, wrong, what you're saying, I don't know what you're saying, or nobody even cares. It's like, oh my God, that person has that many subscribers? Like, wow, everything they're saying must be great, right? And that's just not the case. But to see things through that lens, it's not gonna take everybody, because you have to care. You have to care. Man, I don't care.
Report it.
And yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't care. I didn't. And that's why I still haven't seen the video she's talking about. I haven't watched his exposed Nick Carter video. Maybe I need to watch it. I need to see, what was said and kind of like what the energy was in it. But at the same time, I feel like Sloan's emotion in his videos are very, I almost say calculated. I did not mean that for that word. I didn't mean. I meant to say curated, not calculated. Goodness Lord, I don't know where that came from. Curated, like if he's gonna be doing a video where he's like talking about something, it seems very. For example, maybe he's about to say something. Like, let's just say I'm Sloan right now, right? And he's about to say something, and then he like messes up. Like he's like, I feel like he would like look at a piece of paper, like. Practice and they're like, and what I'm saying, and like do it again, you know what I mean, like curated, meaning like just making sure everything's like he just gives me that kind of energy, whereas like me, when I'm editing, I be giggling half the time because it's like, girl, what are you even saying? End the video and shut up, like right now. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this video. I'm gonna go edit and finish my Chick-fil-A french fries that I'm sure are very cold now that it's been over 40 minutes. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you made it all the way to the end, and yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Sloan is lying? I personally don't know what to think now, because I had no idea that people were asking him to talk about Aaron. The only reason I continued in the rabbit hole content was because people were asking me to continue creating Aaron Carter content. If people weren't asking me to create Aaron Carter content, I don't think I would have kept going. That's why I stopped on YouTube and went to TikTok, because I just felt like I shouldn't be doing this, meaning for money. I just didn't feel right about it. TikTok, I don't make any money on TikTok, so it was easy for me to just like, I can create content here without it being like, you're a money clout chasing whore. You know what I mean? Not my energy at all. Anyways, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna go edit this video now and go think about how these YouTubers get so big. I don't even know anymore. I'm just saying. Teach me your ways.
Just remember